Good morning, everyone who's watching. I wanted to make a video about forgiveness, and it's holiday season now. Christmas just passed, and it's coming up to New Year's. My family is with me in my house. Well, it's my family's house, so technically the whole family is back in the flat where I live. 4 people, and I tend to take these morning walks, go to a cafe and record a video on whatever that's on my mind. And I wanted to mention a comment by Sam Bam with 4s instead of A's. I will put the link to this person's channel. And he mentioned something about autism, because I mentioned autism in a few videos before this one. I think I got some autistic traits. Maybe it's some trauma response to when my dad's been drinking or had a few drinks, and something just triggers in my system where I can't communicate. I find it hard to communicate with my family in general, and takes a lot of effort. I don't find it the same with other people, and I think it's just certain triggers that put me out of my usual functioning system, let's call it. And this closing up from communication is the hardest thing. It seems like I hold a lot of grudge inside, and I tend to run away, I call it, or just walk away. And I don't know, seems like solitude is the only option. Spend some time on my own. But I wanted to mention forgiveness because, you know, I'm a recovering addict myself. I'm sober for 9 months from alcohol, just over 40 days from weed. I'm on some medication that stabilizes me, and antipsychotic medication, so I tend to not overthink anymore. But just something triggers in me when I see that my dad's been drinking, and I can't be around drunk people in general, so it really triggers me. But I thought about forgiveness because I have to think about his illness and the illness of this whole society, I guess, which is like drinking is seemingly a thing that's just really accepted in this society, or just being a little bit high or a little bit drunk is okay. But to me, it's not okay. I can't do that. It seems like I'm out of the loop, and I'm lucky in some sense because I can see the world clearly. And shout outs to Chloe, who is trying not to smoke weed. Her channel has been very inspiring to me, and just the attitude of that woman, that girl that is sort of very driven. I get inspired by people off the internet more than I get inspired by my own closest relatives, which is what I'm always seeking for, but I guess that's not the reality that we're living in. We find our family outside of our own family, biological family. So forgiveness sort of makes me calmer, makes that stomach churning feeling go away a little bit. Not completely, but just for the moment. And asking for forgiveness. One person, when I was in hospital, one person suggested to me these 3 phrases, which is, you imagine the person that maybe has done wrong for you, or you've done wrong for them, and you just say 3 phrases with imagining them in your head, or you can say them straight to their face, or you can say it to their picture. And it's one of them is, forgive me if anything went wrong in the past between us. Forgive me if I insulted you or disrespected you, and forgive me. I don't remember the exact translation, but it's forgive me if I have sinned to you in any type of way. So by doing so, if you've done anything wrong, that wrongdoing comes back at you. And if they have done anything wrong to you, then that wrongdoing doubles up and goes back to them. But basically, the way I see it, it's like we cure our own past. And it's been working, actually, and you can do it as many times as you like. Whether you believe it in magic and, spirituality, God or not, but, my grandma always used to say, well, she says it still because she's still alive. She says, one of the 10 commandments is like, love your father and mother, or respect your father and mother. And, that commandment has an ending to it, which is respect your parents, so you would be good, so I just see it as, we think that we just have to do certain things, we have to respect our family, but it's so it would be better for us. And now I'm starting to understand it, because if I'm angry at my family, at anybody, at my brothers and sisters, the negativity just goes back at me and attacks me, twice, double the power. But if I love even those that do wrong for me, or seemingly do wrong for me, maybe I just love them for their lessons that they're giving me, and that's how I cure the chain of pain. And perhaps this is where I will finish, by this beautiful sculpture, which is in Druskininkai, Lithuania. If you ever feel like visiting, do let me know, and you will have a great time just chilling in spas, which are still quite um, cheap compared to like prices, let's say in America or many other countries in Europe. We still don't have any war. We are former USSR, and that's where I think a lot of people mix up Lithuania for Russia, because we're not Russian, we're Lithuanians, and we gained our independence in like 1991, which is the year when I was born, so we're only like 33 years independent from Russia. And you know, Lithuanian language is one of the oldest languages in the world. Actually, it comes from, it's a Proto-Indo-European language, which means that from Sanskrit it has changed very little. So I'm mentioning this, I don't know, just to like clear things up, as usual with Eastern European countries. But I wanted to thank everybody who's listening and watching. This is one of the more honest messages, which starts from pain but then eventually goes into anger and then forgiveness, because we have to forgive, so it's better for us. So once again, thank you very much. I love you all, and see you in the next one. Peace and love.